Welcome back, chemistry fans. Going to do our homework for tonight. This is Unit 5, Topic 3. We are going to balance redox reactions. So we need to jump right into it. This is a big one. This is not simple. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get used to the ideas, the concepts, and become masters of this content. All right, so here we go. Let's jump into it. We need to first split these into half reactions. So on this number 1, we have to identify which elements are being oxidized and which ones are being reduced. Well, it's actually fairly simple in this first one because the oxygens, we have rules to establish saying that they will always have a minus, -2 charge. And so they're not going to change. So it ends up that we're going to have manganese as one of our half reactions. And then our other half reaction will be the bismuth. And here we go. Okay, so now we have established these are our 2 half reactions. It doesn't matter which goes first. It doesn't even matter what their charges are because we will determine that here in just a second. So we can take this in stride, just identify the half reactions, and then we can move forward. Okay, next step in this process says we need to balance the oxygens. So I've got 4 oxygens with this permanganate on the right side. So that means I need to balance it over on the left. The only way to balance oxygens is by adding waters. So I need to add 4 waters to this process. In doing so, I actually have created another issue with there being 8 hydrogens. So I need to add 8 hydrogen ions. Now it is time to balance the charges. On the left, I have a sum of +2. On the right, I have a sum of +7. So to fix this, what we are going to have to do is we need to add some electrons. If we added them to the left, it would become more negative. If we add it to the right, it would become less positive. So we're going to add 5 electrons to the right side. So now my total sum is a +2, which is the same on both sides. So this half reaction is now balanced. Okay, let's move down to the second half reaction where we have bismuth. And in this half reaction, it's the same process where you're going to start with balancing the bismuth. They're already balanced. So now I'm going to move to the oxygen. So I need to add 3 waters. In doing so, I create the issue with the hydrogen. So I'm going to add 6 hydrogens over here. Now we're going to balance both sides of these reactions. Over here on the left side, it appears that I have a +5. On the right side, it appears I have a +3. To balance these, I'm going to have to add 2 electrons to the left because this would make the sum of all the charges +3 on both sides. These half reactions are now balanced. Okay, now I get to add everything together. I'm sorry, now I get to balance the number of electrons so that the number lost is the same number that is amount gained. There's a 5 over here on the left. There is a 2 over here on the right. So I need to multiply everything in this first half reaction by 2. I need to multiply everything in the second half reaction by 5. All right. Now everything would be balanced out. We would have 10 electrons and we would have 10 electrons. So they are going to eventually cancel out. But that 2 is going to distribute to everything else. So on the first half reaction, I've got 8 waters plus 2 manganese ions. On the second half reaction, I would have 30 hydrogens, 5 times 6, plus 5 bismuth, I guess. Bismuthate. I don't know what that actually, the name of that polyatomic ion would be. And then on the products for the first half reaction, I would have 2 of the permanganates and I would have 16 of the hydrogens. On the second half reaction, I would have 5 bismuth ions, and I would have 15 waters. Okay, everything is balanced. Now we get to cancel out what is the same on both sides. So I have 8 waters on the left, and I have 15 waters on the right. So that means I am down now to 7 waters. Those canceled out. My hydrogens on the right side, I have 16 that gets canceled out, and I have 30 on the left. That means I get to reduce this down to 14 hydrogens. I could rewrite this entire thing and it would be balanced, or just crossing it out as we've done here is okay. Proving that everything is balanced, if I need to, I have 2 manganese, 2 manganese. I have 14 hydrogens. 7 times 2 is 14 hydrogens. I have 5 bismuth. I have 5 bismuth. I have 15 high oxygens. Well, I have 7 here, and I have 2 times 4, which is 8. It is all balanced. This is my first half reaction, or this is my first redox reaction balanced. Okay, now jumping down to number 2. What we got is, again, a scenario where I have hydrogens and oxygens, but honestly, the hydrogen and oxygens, they don't even exist in the second half reaction. So instead, what I'm going to do here is I am going to just split my half reactions right here with the phosphorus pH3, and it's going to go to H3PO2, the -1. And then the second half reaction is going to go I2 producing I-1. Okay, now in this scenario, we actually get to piece together our first rule, which we got to skip in the first one. The iodines, you notice, they are not balanced, so I would need to put a 2 right there. Now, the charges are not balanced on this second half reaction, so I need to put 2 electrons over here. Now, this is all balanced, so this one is actually a little bit simpler than what we've had before. On the first half reaction, my phosphorus, they are already balanced. The hydrogens are already balanced. It's the oxygen, so I need to put 2 waters on the left side to balance, but now I have 4 extra hydrogens. Now let's see what our charges did. On the left, we have a charge total of 0. Over here, we have a charge of +3. So we need to add 3 electrons over here. And that's good because we have electrons on opposite sides. This time, I need to balance the coefficients of those electrons. So I'm going to multiply this by 2, multiply this by 3. My electrons will cancel out. Now, to get my final answer, I have 4 waters plus 2 of these pH3s plus 3 iodine molecules producing 2 of these H3PO2 -1s plus 8 hydrogens plus 6 iodine ions. There is nothing to cancel in this one. So everything should work out. Let's make certain. I've got 8 hydrogens. I have 8 hydrogens. I have 4 oxygens. 2 times 2 is 4. I have 2 phosphorus, 2 phosphorus. I have 6 hydrogens. Oh, wait, there was extra 6. So here's my extra 6 right here. I have 6 iodines and I have 6 iodines. Everything is worked out okay, so I have my second answer. This is everything that I wish to share with you about tonight's homework. Thank you so much. Follow the steps and you will be fine. Bye-bye.